Margaret is 67, and she's staring at two Medicare drug plans on her kitchen table. One has a premium of $9 a month. The other is $38. She almost circled the $9 plan right there. Cheaper is cheaper, right? Then her neighbor said 6 words that stopped her. The premium is not the price. And she was right. Today, in plain English, how to actually choose a Medicare Part D prescription drug plan, so you don't do what most people do, which is pick the lowest sticker and overpay all year. No sales pitch, just how it works. Here's the one idea that makes this whole thing simple. A Part D plan has 4 moving parts, and the monthly premium is only one of them. The other 3 are the deductible, what you pay at the pharmacy counter for your specific drugs, and the brand new yearly cap on what you can spend. Add all 4 together for the medicines you actually take, and that total is the real price. The premium alone tells you almost nothing. So let's walk the 4 parts one at a time. Part 1. The premium. That's the flat monthly fee, whether you fill a prescription or not. In 2026, the average standalone drug plan premium is about $36 a month. Some plans advertise far less, but a rock-bottom premium often hides higher costs at the counter, so hold that thought. Part 2. The deductible. That's what you pay yourself before the plan starts chipping in. Here's a number worth remembering. In 2026, no Part D plan is allowed to charge a deductible higher than $615. Some plans charge the full amount. Some charge 0. 2 plans can look identical until you notice one makes you spend $600 first. Part 3, and this is the one people miss, is the formulary. Big word, simple idea. The formulary is just the plan's list of covered drugs, sorted into tiers. Think of tiers like shelves. The bottom shelf, Tier 1, is preferred generics, often a few dollars or even 0. The top shelves are preferred brands, non-preferred drugs, and specialty medications, where you might pay 25% of the cost as co-insurance. Same pill, 2 different plans, wildly different shelves. And every plan sorts its shelves differently. This is exactly why the cheapest premium can be the most expensive plan, if your medication sits on a low shelf in one plan and a high shelf in another. Which brings us to the 4th part, and honestly the best news in Medicare in years. Starting in 2025, there is now a hard yearly cap on what you pay out of pocket for covered Part D drugs. In 2025, that cap was $2,000. For 2026, it's $2,100. Once your out-of-pocket spending hits that line, you pay nothing more for covered drugs for the rest of the year. For people on expensive medications, that used to be the nightmare. Endless bills with no ceiling. That ceiling now exists. That's the law working in your favor. And it helps to know how those dollars add up across the year, because every plan moves through the same 3 stages. First, the deductible stage. You pay until you meet the deductible, up to that $615 ceiling. Then, the initial coverage stage. You pay about 25% of each drug's cost as your share. Then, once your out-of-pocket total reaches the cap, catastrophic coverage kicks in, and you're done paying for covered drugs that year. Same 3 stages in every plan. But the speed you move through them depends entirely on which tiers your drugs land on. That's the whole game. So how does Margaret use all 4 parts to actually choose? She doesn't guess. She uses the one tool built for exactly this, the official plan finder at medicare.gov. It's free, it's the government's own site, and here's the part most people don't realize. When you type in your exact medications, it does the math for all 4 parts at once. Premium, deductible, your drugs on their tiers, and your projected yearly total, for every plan in your zip code, ranked. Now, to be fair, a low premium isn't always a trap. If you take few or no medications today, a cheap plan can be genuinely smart. It keeps you covered and avoids the late penalty. The point isn't premium bad. The point is, judge the plan by your total, not its sticker. So here are the 3 steps, and you can do them this week. Step 1. Write down every medication you take, name, dose, and how often. That single list is the key to everything. Step 2. Go to medicare.gov, open the plan finder, and enter those drugs and your favorite pharmacy. Let it show you the estimated yearly total for each plan, not just the premium. Step 3. Compare the totals. and double-check that your specific drugs are actually on the plan's formulary before you enroll. If a drug's missing, that low total isn't real. And one quiet detail while you're there: many plans have preferred pharmacies, where your copays are lower, and a regular pharmacy where the same drug costs more. The Plan Finder lets you set your pharmacy, so pick the one you'll actually use. It can change your total by real money. When Margaret did this, the $9 plan came out hundreds of dollars more expensive for her year, because one of her prescriptions sat on a high tier. The $38 plan was cheaper overall. The premise was right: the premium is not the price. And if the website feels like a lot, you don't have to do it alone, and you never have to pay anyone. Your State Health Insurance Assistance Program, the free SHIP counselors, reachable through 1800 Medicare, will sit down with your drug list and run the Plan Finder with you. No cost, nothing to sell you. So I'm curious, when you look at your own plan, do you even know which tier your most important medication sits on? Tell me in the comments. It's the single thing most people have never checked, and your answer helps other folks know to look. I read every reply. If this made Part D feel a little less like a wall of fine print, subscribe. Next, we'll break down the fall open enrollment window and why even a plan you love can quietly change its drug list on you every January. This is general information, not advice, and we're not affiliated with Medicare. Plans and numbers change every year, so always check your own situation on medicare.gov. I'm really glad you're here. I'll see you in the next one.